So after 2 years of adventures, Isle of Skye, Wales, North Coast 500 and various other places, it's time to get back into build mode. The last 2 years have just been nothing but amazing, but over those 2 years I've started to see what I do like and what I dislike about camping in Dobby. I never accounted for diesel heaters, I never accounted for bigger power stations, I never accounted for, I'm going to say we never accounted for a toilet, but we sort of did because we did have it coming out from the side, as you can see here. 2 years in Dobby has shown me that I want a toilet now and not a foldable one that takes about 10 minutes to set up. So everything you see in Dobby just now is all going. So from the bed to the kitchen, we're completely redoing it. Everything's getting redone. As you can see, I've already started taking everything out. So I do have ideas on layouts, but I'm not going to rush it. I'm going to take my time and see what one I like better. Two current layouts I'm looking at is a rock and roll bed or a U-shaped kinda setting. So I did say after the first build that I would never build again in winter. It is what it is. And see, if I'm being honest, I couldn't imagine doing this in the summer with how hot it's been, so I think it's not going to be that bad. The only thing that I'm gutted about is I did buy paint to paint the outside of Dobby, but it's just been raining constantly, so there's no chance I'm going to get to paint it this year now, so that'll probably be coming maybe spring leading into summer. So along with doing the inside of Dobby, I was going to paint the outside as well, but that's going to need to wait for another time. So I've come up with 7 things that I absolutely want to change in Dobby, and these are the things that I'm going to build round kind of thing. These things are annoying me, these things are always on my mind every single time I go out. These are just the things I always think about. So the first one is a better bed, or rather thicker foam with an easier bed layout. So I think this is roughly 3 inches, but what I've noticed is when I'm lying on this foam, I'm just going right through it. So I think 4 or 5 inches is probably going to be the sweet spot. So to extend my bed out, I need to use this, and the wood is in the back of here, as you can see there, and that basically sits along the rails here and on there. But the annoying part is I need to take it out this sleeve, and it's just a pain in the arse. So I'd rather make a bed that just pulls out and the foam's thick enough and heavy enough that it will just sit up itself. So the bed is number 1. And number 2 on the list is better power station storage. So if you look under there, that's the AC Elite 200, but previously this was the same as this. There was 3 different compartments. In order to fit this or the AC 180p, I had to make this storage bit, but as you can see, it's just nothing but wasted space now. So the Bluetti 200 V2 I feel is the main power station I'm going to use in here, which replaced the AC 180p. I want to have a space big enough for that, but also a space big enough if I was to, you know, upgrade to like a 3000 kilowatt hour power station. So power station storage is number 2. So this is the current toilet I use just now, the Trip Tips. But as you've seen on the channel at the start, I did have a chemical toilet, and the way that I would use this, I would need to lift one of these cushions, and it would always be this one, but I'll just show you this one. The toilet would go here, raise it up, put the bag in, that would be it. Now I know what you're thinking, Robert, that's fine, like this wee thing's cracking, like why don't you just keep that? It saves space, it's easy to set up. The only problem is obviously you need to set it up and you need to put the bag in it. That's obviously for number 2s. For number 1s, I just use like a wee pee bottle that I've got, but there's just a whole process in order to do this, because you need to pee in the bottle first and then sit on this. That's just an effort, like, do you know what I mean? Just to go to the toilet, that is just an effort. I've just got the fear of God of spilling milk and spilling pee in this van. So for me, I would like it if I can put a toilet in one of the storage boxes so that I can just lift the lid up and sit and just go. Number 4 is better fridge storage. So my old fridge is C9, just sat at the entrance of the side door. That's where the new C15 is as well. They both sit there just above the diesel heater, which is fine, but the only reason why they're sitting there is because there's no other place to put them. So the current setup I've got with my bed just now, the storage boxes within them are just too wee, or otherwise the fridge would have been in one of the boxes, the toilet could have been in one of the boxes, and a power station could have been in one of the boxes. So that's why I need to change the bed as well, just to make it a teeny bit higher so I can put proper things in them. So number 5 is better storage for storage, i.e. clothes, kitchenware, etc. Because just now when I'm going on trips, either the North Coast 500, Wales, the Isle of Skye, I just get a whole heap of clothes and I just chuck them in one of the beds. And the same with the kitchen, there is one drawer underneath everything that's just got kitchen stuff in it, and it holds my ridge monkeys, my plates, my cups. So I would like a wee space for my kitchen stuff and my clothes. So number 6 is fixing the window covers or replacing them with curtains. I love these to bits, and again, they've held up pretty well since I've done these with the old reflectiveness and stuff. I'm thinking about maybe just blocking this window off so that I can make a sort of shelf or something where I can put like netting over and you can put stuff in it, because I do still have this window and it's got the magnetic midge net on it which needs fixed. So at number 6, the curtains, whether I keep the boards or whether I change it, just make curtains for it. And at number 7 on my list is better space or comfier space to edit and make music in. So I'm going to pop on the screen just now all the scenarios and configurations I sit in while I'm either editing Final Cut videos or making music. I mostly spend my time with my back against the back door, which is fine, but again, it is kind of uncomfortable. I did buy one of those tables that you pop in there and then you bring it up, blah, 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 sit here, and you can just sit and edit, blah, blah, blah. But again, if you can see this, I can only really stretch out one leg before I start shredding my skin on the wood. There's usually stuff in there, so I can't put my leg in there. What happens is my knees start seizing up just because I can't move. And I could go up here, but now I'm sitting at an angle. I could come all the way over here and stretch out, but then the desk and stuff were away over there. But there was basically nothing that I could use here. I feel like it's just got to the point now where I'm like, right, I would rather have a bit more space for editing and making music. And that's what made me think about the rock and roll bed layout first, because if you open the side door, the rock and roll bed could come up to maybe about here, so you could be sitting here. So in that, I could basically sit and I could have my table in front of me, I could stretch my legs, and the bed theoretically would be a lot easier to pull out because again, it's just sliding out and then pulling it back in. But for music, I was thinking that I could basically have like a monitor drop down sitting central and then have speaker mounts on the pillars, obviously not affecting the seat belts, and then that way when I'm editing I've got the speakers facing me at a nicer distance than what they would be sitting in that configuration. So I've went super wide for this shot. So the next layout would be a U-shaped layout, so having the same sort of seating area here, seating going round and seating coming all the way up to the edge of the door, or even at the same distance here, and then in the middle have the wee table set up and just have it there. But the cool thing that I liked about this setup is because I've got the 360 windows, it doesn't really matter at this point which way I park the van, because I could sit there, I could sit there, or I could sit there. And then it just means that if I make the bed high enough, I would be able to make compartments for the fridge, for the power station, for the toilet. So I do quite like the U-shape. So those are the 7 points that I'm going to keep my focus on when building Dobby back out again. I'm not going to lie, I'm a wee bit hesitant about deconstructing Dobby because we have had 2 years worth of adventures, but with all the new sponsors and all the new gear that I've accrued, none of it can fit in here comfortably. It is at the point now I either need to upgrade the van or I need to upgrade Dobby, and for me I just don't feel that I'm done with Dobby just yet, so I would rather give Dobby a wee makeover inside, make it the best it can be and have a few more adventures in him. But guys, that's it, we are now officially in build mode, so it is going to be interesting to see how much I've learned from the last build. There's a lot of things I'm going to do different, and one of them is using 2 drills for piloting and screwing screws in. But also I want to stress as well, I'm not going to rush this build. This isn't going to be a build that's going to be done in 2-3 weeks. I know the things that I want to change about the van. This is the last build that I do for Dobby before we move on to an upgraded van. So I want to get it right and I want to enjoy it, because as I said in my previous build videos, you need to get out and experience the build and then it will tell you quickly what you need and what you don't need. But I'm excited to do it. So guys, if you did go and enjoy the episode, why not drop a wee like and let me know in the comments. And if you haven't already, why not get subscribed and hit that bell notification so you're always notified when I drop a new video. So if you don't want to miss it and you want to see the progress of the build and how we're getting on, make sure you get subscribed. So until the next one guys, peace. Dobby.